This exercise is called Breathe Light to Breathe Right. Now, it comes from Patrick McEwen's work in the Oxygen Advantage, which has been a tremendous resource for me. If you're interested, please do check out his work. Essentially, what this exercise is doing is we're trying to improve your CO2 tolerance, your carbon dioxide tolerance. The higher level of tolerance that you have to CO2, the more readily you're going to be able to utilize oxygen in the body. And so what we want to do is we actually want to work on this exercise and train ourselves to actually breathe less. When you're doing this exercise, you actually want to feel a sensation of air hunger in the body. That air hunger is directly correlated to levels of CO2, carbon dioxide, increasing in the lungs and in the blood. And so what I want you to do with this exercise specifically, we of course want to breathe deep into the belly. I want you to think about breathing in 3D, meaning the very first part of the breath, the first 2/3 of the breath is going to happen at the level of the belly. And then the last third is going to naturally track up to the chest. And so one of the things that you can utilize to help you with this is we're actually going to break this into 2 separate segments. The first segment, I want you to focus on placing your hands directly underneath your ribs, at the very base of the ribs. With your hands at the very base of the ribs, you're just going to now breathe nice and naturally, nice and normal, in and out through the nose. But as you inhale, I want you to feel your hands spreading apart. And as you exhale, feel your hands coming closer together. So inhale, your hands come apart because you're expanding laterally or sideways in through the ribs. And then as you exhale, your hands come closer together. Inhale, hands spread apart. And exhale, hands come closer together. Keep repeating that breathing sequence. So as you're breathing in nice and deep, we're actually getting more air into the lower lobes of the lungs, as opposed to being very high and superficial. This is more of a calm, diaphragmatic breath, and that is the primary respiratory muscle that we want to condition and train during the day and a lot of times during your movement practices. So right now, continue the breath, inhaling, letting the lower ribs expand diaphragmatically, and then as you exhale, the hands come closer together. Go ahead and take one more breath. Excellent. Now, part 2 of this, now we're going to start incorporating the specific breathe light exercise. So I still want you to continue breathing deep into that belly, keeping it low, keeping the breath slow. But now what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the light component. And so what I want you to do is take your finger, place it just underneath your nose. Now with the finger underneath the nose, I want you to inhale through your nose, nice and slow, and then exhale nice and slow. But do your best to not feel the air against your finger. So I want you to breathe light. Now, continue breathing. Breathing nice and deep, breathing nice and slow, nice and low, without feeling any air on the finger. And what you're going for is you're actually trying to create the feeling of air hunger, like you can get a little bit more air. You're going to continue this for about 4 minutes. Breathing light, breathing low, and breathing slow. This is how we're going to condition and build your CO2 tolerance, once again making and supporting the oxygen uptake in the body, getting all the benefit from increasing nitric oxide in the nose, increasing your calm, increasing your readiness, and once again really dive into that air hunger and make it to a place where it's challenging but doable. Continue this breath, enjoy it. This is your Breathe Light to Breathe Right exercise. Have fun with it.